Hey there, I'm Jenna, and welcome to Midlife Revamped. A few years ago, I lost my leadership position in a resort and casino, and I felt, well, lost. I had worked so hard in moving up the corporate ladder, juggling my kids with my husband, doing all the things we thought we should be doing to build a family together, and then the biggest part of my identity was no longer a part of me. Between the diaper changes, going from Gerber baby food to homemade baby food, daycare, little league, sleep deprivation, learning how to cook, clean, and raise kids, there's no manual for this. Somehow, nearly 2 decades passed us by. And the sad part of it all was that I had placed such a big emphasis on my career, a career that I allowed to define who I was as a person. I had no idea how to even provide an elevator pitch of myself if someone would have asked. From the outside, my life looked fine family, work, routines, but inside, I felt kind of stuck. Like I was living on autopilot. I remember thinking, what is my purpose in life? How do I pivot into another career? How do I navigate being a mom of older kids? How do I navigate this season of life when I was no longer a young adult, but an older adult, still trying to figure it out? Through the years, I had to teach myself how to cook, how to clean, that's a story for another time, how to manage my finances, and how to raise little human beings that would eventually become a positive, contributing member of society. There are just so many things that I didn't think about when I became an adult. Unfortunately, I just wasn't that person who meticulously planned my life out. My kids aren't little anymore, and although they still need me, the bulk of their day consists of being at school, which means I have the majority of the day to myself. And if you're like me, you're in this sandwich generation where you're not quite done raising your kids, but all of a sudden you look up and your parents have gotten old. The fragility of life starts to become very real when you see your parents aging. I began experiencing regret through the eyes of my parents, and now I started thinking of ways to ensure I get to do all the things my parents wish they had gotten to do but never got to do. Because that's what you hope for when you have kids, right? For your kids to benefit from your hard work and your sacrifice. And that's when I realized midlife isn't a crisis, it's a crossroads, and I decided to take a different path. I started asking myself bigger questions. What do I eventually want now? Who am I beyond the roles I play? And what would it look like to reinvent my life, not because I have to, but because I can? And that's how Midlife Revamp was born. This channel is my journey, and hopefully yours too, through rediscovering passion, rebuilding confidence, and creating a life that feels true, not just comfortable. Come along in this journey of growth, mindset, health, identity, and what it means to start fresh in the middle of life. Because I'm learning it's never too late to change direction, and sometimes midlife is the perfect time to begin again. So if you're ready to rewrite your story and rediscover you, subscribe and let's go on this journey together.